Okay. So now we'll start with the multimedia tags. In the multimedia tags, first we'll go with the images. Basic one is image always. So now we'll see how we'll get an image into our web page. So to get an image into your web page, so this is the basic syntax. So there are two types of tags that you can use to create any image into your web page. One is the image, another one is the figure. Figure is the HTML5 tag. IMG is the HTML4 tag. Okay. So I am just discussing now with the HTML4 tag. So here, if you see, there are two attributes you already know without values. So one is the source and one is the alt. So what is this source will tell is, it will tell that from where I need to pick the image. So that is what it will tell. That means, so in my system, the image will be in any place, right? But what is the image that I want to grab particular image? Which is the image I need to take? That complete path, simply to say, the path can be given by using this source attribute. Source is nothing but source. So next attribute, alt. So whenever sometimes what will happen, the image is not getting loaded. So if how the developer or the user will know particular image is not loading, right? So to know that only, we put a alt, nothing but alternative message. So whenever an image is not getting loaded into the web page, in such times, my alternate message will be get loaded. Got it? So I guess there is no images in your folder. No images. Okay, for time being, let me download one quickly. Okay. Now I got an image here, download.jpeg. So now how I'll access it? So if you see here, the double quotes. So if you just give a double quotes, so what is the file name? See, as soon as I started typing the keyword of it, it is all automatically showing the list of the images that are available. Only one image is available with that key name. So if you generally, what happens? If you just give a double quotes, it will automatically show the what are all the files in that particular folder. So what is this double quotes will mention is, it will help us to take the files which are there in the same folder. That means my HTML file also will be in the same folder and my image also will be in the same folder. In such cases, you can directly access those files, whether it is an image or whether it is a like a video, audio, or files, link file, JavaScript, any file it may be. So if the file and your HTML file is in the same page, same folder, then you can directly access them by their name. So if you see here, find them. So my image, where is it? My image and HTML file are on the same page or not? This is my image and my introduction.html is also in the same page. That is the reason why these all files are accessible in my visible in my Visual Studio directly. So now I can directly take that image or not. So I'll just type like download.jpg. So file name dot its extension. What is the extension that you need to mention? Got it. So now if I save it and let us give alternate message as 1 second. Okay. Alternate message, let me give downloaded image, some message I given. Okay. So if I save it and if we go to the browser, So now if you see, we got our image here, right? So for example, so let us see what is the dimensions of this image first of all. So, where is it? So the dimensions of this image is like, what is it? Downloaded time is here. So 275 into 183 its dimension. But so it is a very small one. Compared to my screen size, it is very small. So the image is coming without any issues. For example, just imagine. So I have an image with huge width. Okay. 1920, no. 1800, 1920. Okay, just if you see here, its dimension is 1920 px width and 1195 px height is there. So let me save this image now. So now, in the same way, wherever I put that image in its place, I'll put like this image. Okay. So now if I go to the browser and check the output, see now what happened? I'm getting a overflow, right? So what happening? The image is taking, like the image is too big. So due to this, my layout is getting disturbed or not. It is going out of my layout. My layout will end up to here only, right? So, but it is going out of it or not. So this is called as overflowing. Okay. So one thing that we need to remember is whenever you're using any multimedia tag, so whether it's a image or a video or audio, anything it may be. So the main thing that you need to remember is its dimensions. Okay. So for example, when I put the first image, what is there? The image size is like 200 px. So, but my screen width is like 1200 px something. So due to that, what happened? The image is coming properly within my layout only. But here my screen width is 1300 px still. But my image size, what is the size? 1900 px. That means more than the double, half of the more thing. Got it? So due to that, what happens? It is overflowing out of my original width. So first thing we need to, whenever we take any multimedia, that too majorly if you're taking any image, definitely what you need to do is you need to deal any one of the directional property, nothing but height or width. So why? Because so whenever you didn't mention any height or width to that particular image, so what happens? The browser doesn't know what to do. So automatically it will put the original image. What is the original dimensions of the image? It will directly take them and it will put into your browser. So that is what the result of this one. So that is why whenever you use any image, so you need to mention the particular image. For suppose you need 500 px, you need to give 500 px. For suppose you need that image to be full width, like your screen, then you need to give like width of how much? 100%. So now if you see, I'll take an attribute called width of 100%. Okay. So if I save it, now if you see, so the same image previously, whatever the image we have seen, but now is it coming properly or not? Is there any overflow that you are seeing? So there is no horizontal scroll bar. So the main thing that any developer should remember is you can have a vertical scroll bar, that means top to bottom, but your website should never have a single px of horizontal scroll bar. So horizontal scroll bar vastundi ante your website is definitely there is a layout issue. So you should not get that horizontal scroll bar. Got it? So now if you see the same image which we have seen previously without any quality reducing, is it coming properly or not? Even a compress sign, so it's coming very good or not? For example, I'll just reduce its width to 100%, right? I'll make it as 50% now. So now, first of all, if you see the height and width of this image, what is the height? Height is 525 px and width is 845 px. Okay. So now just check. I'll make it as 50%. 50%. Now, if you see the width, now what is the width? 422 and height is 262. Before height is 500 px, 525 around, and width is 700 around is there, 750 around. But now as the width is decreased, height also what happened? Get decreased. But still, is there any resolution damage in the image? Still my image is looking very perfect, right? So how it is happening? How the here I'm dealing with only width, but how the height is getting reduced? Because every image will not have the equal width and height except the square images, which should be developed by the designers. So apart from that, whichever image you take, each image will have a particular width and height will be always less than the width only, always. If you give 500 px, the width will be, if you give 500 px width, height will be around 300 px only, because then only the image will come in a proper structure. So that like that, there are particular height and width, equal width and height we can't manage. So that is why here what happening, as I told you, browser, if you didn't mention any dimensional property, browser will take the original width, right? So, but here I'm giving width like 50%. So that 50% width is into px. If you convert, it is like 500 px. So browser will automatically do your work. What it will do, whatever the height required for that particular width, okay, so it will automatically calculate and it will provide by itself, okay. So that is what the browser will help us. So that is why we need to mention any one of the property, because the second property will be automatically taken by the browser only. For example, for this element, if I give some height, so now what is the height? It is height is 262, right? So let me give like a height of 100 px. So now if you see, I given width as 50% and height as 100 px. Now is the image is coming in a proper way? No, right? Because it is getting compressed. Compressed hypothon. Width is 50%. It is too big. Height is very less. So, but if I remove this 50% width here, if you see, now the image is coming in a proper way or not? So now if you see, the height will be how much? I given 100 px. What is the width there? 160 px. The width is automatically taken by the browser. Why it is taking? Because not to disturb the pixel of that image and the view of that particular image, the width is automatically taken by the browser. So one thing you need to remember strongly here is, whenever you use any image or any videos, you must should have to deal with either height or width. But most of the times, 95% of the cases, it's better you go with the width only. Okay. So if you give width, height will be automatically taken by the browser. If you take the height, width will be automatically taken by the browser. So that is how the layout will be get separated. The image will be taken into a web page. So is it clear? Anybody have any doubts? Clear? So now there is one more method here. For example, if your image and HTML file is there in the same folder, so you're taken automatically. What if this image is there, right? This image is not there in here. So control X. See, where is the copy? Copy, and I'll put it in this folder. Okay, that means within this folder I have my HTML. Out of that folder I kept my image. Okay, so now how can you can access it? So if you see now, if I go to the code, so still I given the same path, right? So if I save it and if I reload the browser, so still am I getting my image or not? But why? Because I didn't save my file here, it seems. So img2.jpeg. Okay, my image is still there in it. The open image delete channel. Okay, so delete. So now if I reload, so what happened? My image is gone, because whatever the path I given, in that path image is not there, right? So image lay akkada. So that's why what happening? Alternate message is getting printed. So is this alternate message is getting printed when image is there? No, when image is there, this alternate message will be hidden. It will be not visible. So whenever an image is not getting loaded, in such time only, what happens? My alternate message will come visible to the user. So now if you go to the browser, sorry, code, see still here, I given the same path. So now we need to change the path, because my image is not there in that particular folder. So my HTML is there in one file, one folder, and my image in another folder, right? So how you can access it? So this will be called as the path conventions, we call them as, okay. So how you can use them is, for example, if you want to access this image, ఈ image access చేయాలంటే ఎన్ని steps back చేయాలి? For example, so first you are in this HTML file, inside of this HTML file. So you need to come out of that HTML file. Out బయటకు వస్తే ఏమొస్తుంది? ఈ folder అనేది వస్తుంది. This folder will get. So then again you need to go one step backward, right? So if you go one step backward, then you will get all these products, right? All these files and images. So now you can access this image. So that means you totally you need to go how many steps? 3 steps. So if you just check here, so here steps can be given by the dot conventions. Okay. So if I give like dot slash, so what it is showing? It is showing all the files which are there in the same folder, wherever HTML file is there. That means that I came out of my HTML file to the folder path. So now I'll clear this and I'll give one more dot, and if I give this, so now if you see what I'm able to see, so the folders which are there outside. So if I give one more dot and if I give slash again, the same path. Okay. But if I give double dot and slash, so I came more out of that backward. That means, so I came to where? Here, this folder I came. So this is the, if I go from there also, this is the last folder, right? Desktop. So I can't go more than this, I guess. So let me check this. So okay, I'll be able to go to the users. So next, users. See, this is the last path. Apart from this, I can't go anywhere. Got it? So like this, the path conventions can be given, but I don't want to go this much long. So where I need to go? This is the where I need to go. Okay, if you use single dot, there is no purpose. So if you use single dot slash, or if you direct you path also, like directly you the image also, same thing, taking the same folder path. Okay, but if you want to go out of your path, that means out of your folder, you need to go 2 steps backward, right? So that is where double dot slash. So you'll get all the files here. So now I just selected this image. Now if I save it, and if I go to the browser, and if I reload, so am I getting my image or not? Okay. So for example, you tell me, I put my image from here also, I deleted my image. Where it is? So I deleted my image here. And I put my image here. So now tell me how I can access this. And also I put my image in. Okay. So here my image is there. So it is, my HTML file is here. That means 2 folders back. How you can access that? Now tell me. So I given double dot slash when I give first, it will come to this folder. I need to go more back, right? So I'll give one more double dot slash. So I'll get this or not. So here my image is there. So some people will ask like, why I can't go with the triple dot? So triple dot is not the path conventions. It will work fine with only double dot only. So you can't use a triple dot. So now if you see, I given like this. So now let us check whether my image will come or not. If I reload, see, still my image is there or not. So that is how I'll get my images. So whenever you wanted to access any image or video like this, so that definitely you have to access the path conventions you need to give. Got it?
For example, if we are copy pasting the exact path road like we see in this video.
It will also work. It will work. Like you in the Windows, there is option like you can copy the relative path and the complete path of that file. So it will take the whole path, right? So that will also will work. But you are not supposed to use that method. Why? Because if you go practically for the higher projects, what happens? Higher projects, it will be like different people will be updating from different systems, right? So if you go given your path of your system, then what happens? So the same file will not run in the another person's file. So that's why you need to use this path conventions. Got it? So anybody have any doubts in this? So clear? So next, let us go with the video tag. Okay. So now you have seen, now you understood how to give an image, right? So image alive, how to give a path conventions, why the width is more required, width or height is required, and the so clear. So now let us go with the video tag now. So the video tag will be given by, so it's not, it is a basic thing. So let me go in another way. So video, then, so within the video, first thing as I told, next you will go with the source. That means from where you are taking. Okay. So, okay. Source is the tag. So within the source, I'll get like SRC. Same. From where I'm getting that. And second attribute here, type will come. That means what is the type of that video, whether it is MP4 video, MP3 video, or MKV video, WG3 video, like that. Videos are different types. All right. So it will mention that what is the particular type of that video. Okay. So next, if I take, let me take one more type, like let me download some videos. Okay, or else. mm, Okay. So I'll copy this and I'll put it into your folder. Is it GRK match to it? Okay. So one video, it is a MP4 format. Okay. So now if you see, so array methods dot MP4. So now what is the method of this video here? What is the type of the video here? Just give me a minute. Wait, got stuck. Okay, so what is the type of here? MP4. So now I need to give like video slash, what is the type of it? MP4. So if I save it and if I go to the browser, so I didn't got it. Why? So, okay. So there are some attributes that I need to mention, like same thing. So previously for the image, if I didn't mention any height or width, it will take automatically. But for a video, there will be not like that. So I need to mention what is the particular height and width that I need to show that video. So first I will take width. Width I'll take like 500 px. Next, I'll take height also I'll take. So height I'll take as 250 px. Okay. Next, I need controls, right? So to put the controls to the video, there is an attribute called controls. Okay. So directly. So let us check now. So now if you see, I got my video here. Okay. So now if you see, so whenever I just click it, since my video is playing or not. So I got my video into my web page. So now if you see, I have the controls like this, full screen option I have. So also I have the option of, what else we have? Playback speed, picture in picture mode, I can make that video. Like that, I have all the methods, right? So for example, if I just remove this controls attribute, save it, and if I reload. So now if you see, what happened? Is there any controls to it? So if there is no controls, how can you start a video or stop the video, right? So that is the reason why the height and width along with the controls attribute is required. So again, there are more attributes that you will get, like controls or other control attributes also, like playback controls and all. So this is the basic way how you can access any video. For example, there is a format called OGG. Okay. So let me do one thing. Okay, this is the OGG videos, we call them as. Okay, so let us call one of the video. So let us get this out from downloads, right? Where is it? Okay, here it is. So let us copy this and we paste it here. So now if you see this video is completely different format. It is a .ogg. So now if I go to the code and I'll give like, where is that file? Here, right? OGG. So now if I give like video slash MP4, save it. If I reload, so am I getting any video there? No, why? Because it is not the MP4 format, it is a OGG format. So now if I go to the code and if I give like video slash OGG format, so if I go to the browser and if I reload, where is it? Okay, backside it is. Okay, backside the video is okay because we didn't mention any proper layout design. We didn't did, so that's why video is on back and front. So now if you see, so now it is coming or not. So with the controls, got it. So this is how I'll get my which one videos into my web page. Okay. So is anybody have any doubts? So how you'll view the path here? Path analyze, sir. So the video is in the same folder now, so it is okay. But what if the video is in other folders? Same, however, we use the dot convention. Okay, dot convention method for image. The same thing we can use here also for the video also. Got it? So next, one of the other tag is a figure tag is the tag that we got introduced in this HTML5. So figure. So figure is a parent tag. Here you'll get two tags. One is image, same as previous way. So let me copy this image. Okay. Next, you'll get along with that. We have an option called fig caption. Okay. So it is it will help us to give any caption to our image. So like I give like given like this. So you can keep how many captions you want. Enna captions పెట్టుకుంటే వెళ్ళొచ్చు. So if I reload, so if you see, I got my image in the same way or not, but in a different way. It is in the center aligned and there is a caption here. Got it? So there is a difference with this image and this image or not? Because for this image, there are some predefined features that are added, like margin and also. If you see for figure, there is a margin, okay, on left and right. So next image they given with 100% by default. So next big caption is like this. You can add the features. So this is the HTML5 tag. So whenever you want to add any like a caption to your image, you can use this method. Or else if you want to directly use the image, that method also you can use to get any image. Got it? Any doubts? So this is what about multimedia tags. So the same way you will add the other tags, whatever the tags you want, like audio and all, the same formats you will get it. So you try to check how to add the remaining multimedia tags. Okay. And also check what are all the multimedia tags that we can include into our HTML page. Got it? Next, what is the tag? That okay. Forms we will check later. So box model, I think I have explained, right? Box model explain చేశాను బ్రౌజర్ లో ఇన్స్పెక్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు ప్రతి ఎలిమెంట్ కి బాక్స్ మోడల్ ఉంటుందని చెప్పాయి కదా, ఐడియా ఉందా? ఇది ఐడియా ఉందా? సో దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as బాక్స్ మోడల్. దీనిపైన కూడా ఇంటర్వ్యూ క్వశ్చన్స్ అడుగుతారు. ఓకేనా? సో ఫార్మ్స్ నేను రేపు చెప్తాను, ఇన్పుట్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి. సో today what I'll do, I'll just give brief introduction about layout system. Okay, so you just try to do some R&D research on what are the types of layouts are there in HTML5. Okay, layouts.html. So generally what is meant by this layouts? For example, if you just take the general line. So what is the difference between a BMW car and a normal Audi, Alto car? So the brand will be different. At the same time, the structure and everything will be different. But both are cars only, right? So one will have a costly, one is very less. Why? Because the features that is providing in Audi is more, and the features that is getting in the Alto car is very less. And the brand value also will be more, like most of the people who are using based on that. Okay. So in the same way here, layouts of a website can be developed in many ways, but there are, we should know what are all the ways that we can develop that particular web page. That means, okay, layout can create change, but how many ways I can create that layout? So that is what we need to know here. Okay, so in HTML there will be 4 types of layouts. Okay, so layout types. So first one will be table layout. Second one will be float layout, and third one will be flex layout, and fourth one will be grid layout. So these are the 4 types of layouts that we have in HTML and CSS. Okay, so coming to the first one, table layout. So what is this table layout is? Completing a whole web page by using the tables only. So whatever the tables you have seen yesterday, right? The same tables concept only we'll use. But yesterday we didn't see in the more attributes. But if you go in depth with the table concept, you will have a number of other table attributes will be there. Okay, attributes such as cell padding, cell spacing. Okay, like that, many attributes are there. Okay, so if you check them, there will be still there are job openings just for tables also. Okay, so there are few companies where they are paying even lakhs, 70 lakhs, 18 lakhs also for the experienced table layout design people. So why the people still using tables is, it will be not that much easy to create a web page by using tables, but why they are using? Because if you check your Gmails or Outlook, any of the files, you will be not able to share the coded files. That means HTML, Python, these files can't be shared directly. You have to zip them or some way you need to send. Why? Because the Gmails will be very, very secure and they will not be allow you to go with the coding files. You are not allowed to share them. So in the same way, if you use any new frameworks or any languages, there is chances of getting hacked, because each and every person will have a Gmail, right? Even though the person don't have a phone, but he'll have a Gmail. That's what the current scenario. So if there's someone is hacked in the Gmail server, the complete world Gmail server is down. So to avoid this, the Gmail will not allow any functionalities, even to create it also. So the Gmail is completely developed by using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. But coming to if you want to share any template, for example, if you see your mail, sometimes you'll get some banners like from Flipkart and all. Some of the banners like upcoming events is there, like the banners you'll get. So that is not a banner usually. So that is basically a complete layout created by HTML tables usually. So while they use only tables is, the Gmails will not allow any other concept than Gmail tables, because at first when the browsers started and the web pages started creating, table is the first layout system that they used. So still they are using the same system because it is very more secure than the other layout systems. Okay. So that is why still people are using the table layout. Okay. So that is the first type of layout. Okay. That is also important. So try to go in depth and learn what are all the attributes that you'll get in the tables. Try to create a layout by using the table concept. Okay. So next one will be float. So as the people realize that it will be very hard to create by using a tables and it is not that much good. So then they came with a concept called float. So but there is a disadvantage with float. The float, what it will do, it will help us to move our element from left to right or right to left. Apart from that, it will not do anything. So it will be it is not help that much to create any layout. So that in the CSS3 immediately they started with the flex layout is introduced. So once the flex layout is came into the market, so it became very easy to develop any web pages because it will be more features will be there, more secure, like live about security. So it is more easy and we get more properties to develop our web page. So it helped us to align the elements and to create the elements in an easy way. Okay. So along with that, so flex is a one directional property. That means it will deal only with the width side. So then they realize that we need some property layout system which will deal with unidirectional. That means both width and height. So then only the grid system is introduced. So flex and grid will have a very similar properties, but flex is only deal with the width, height it will not deal with the height properties. So grid will deal with the both height and the width properties. So these two are the major layout systems that 99% of the websites that will use in the current days. Got it? So these are the four types of layouts that you're going to learn. So what you need to do today is try to do some R&D, and I want you to get into the deep of the knowledge of all the four type of layouts. I'll ask questions on them. Okay. So what is the basic tag and how you'll start this and all. Got it? So is it clear? Anybody have any doubts? ఏమన్నా ఫాస్ట్గా వెళ్తున్నాం అనిపిస్తుందా? Clear? Okay, you can leave. So I'll just upload the recording. Thank you.